Here today at Thunder Ridge. Another vlog of my life. And on this beautiful, clear blue day, nice crisp air and blue sky, can't help but think and wonder why my brother and I haven't reached an agreement to save our house, to save our home that my mother and father and myself worked so hard for. We worked so hard for this house, for this home we have. We worked so hard for it, doing the maintenance alone to care for that property, to care for the land. All these years, and to see it just get sold now for nothing, for pennies on the dollar, is such a disgrace. And you know what's a real disgrace? Is when you know someone can't look you in the eye because they know they're lying to you, that they did you wrong. When people do you wrong, they don't look you in the eye. They can't live with what they did to you themselves, so they can't allow you to see inside their soul. And when someone doesn't look me in the eye, I know that they know they did me wrong. And God, please help his soul. That's our family home. He knows that my dad left that house to me to pay the mortgage. It's my responsibility to maintain the estate and the art that's in there and to use the studio in a way to prosper. Dear God, why doesn't my brother realize that that's an income property, that that's a real estate investment, and that we could be renting it out and be making money off of it, and that selling it is going to result in us losing money. And my brother told the judge, I just want to see him out of there. And the judge and the finance commissioner said, well, you're not going to get any money. And I filed a claim. I filed a claim for the mortgage I paid and the maintenance on the estate. So there's like a negative zero profit. The only people are going to profit are the finance commissioner and the county. This is a home, so I grew up, it's just not a fair thing because the will wasn't notarized and those videos aren't valid in the state of New York. Now I have to watch my home be lost to some lunatic who doesn't respect me and is accusing me of harassment after harassing me, calling the police on me and making up these lies. And I'm the one paying for the storage and the mortgage on the whole house. Now the mortgage company is asking me, well, you have to apply for successor interest, and the finance commissioner has been made the administrator, and so now they're authorized to sell the house. And I'm saying to myself, what kind of moron wants to sell a house that's been appraised at $240 when there's $225 owed on it, and the people selling it, the real estate brokers, are the only people who are going to profit. Only somebody who's seriously delusional would make that kind of decision. And it's a shame. That's my family home. That's our inheritance. That's our house. That's such a hard thing to get and to acquire. It takes a lot of dirt to build a big dam. It's not like you just go out and say, oh, I'm going to buy a house tomorrow. Neither my brother and I are in such financial capacity to say, oh, okay, let's just go buy another house. It doesn't work like that. And that's a rental income property. That house can be rented out, and it can even be, approved and zoned for Airbnb and used as a storage depot facility. I mean, there's so many possibilities, but selling it and having to move everything out and watch as people profit off of what my mother and worked so hard for, while my brother and I get nothing. It's just a crime in and of itself, and it's a shame. On this beautiful day, instead of enjoying joy this Sunday, I'm sitting here and as I hope and pray, I hope that there's some way to save my house, and if it means me leaving the keys there come January 1st, and saying, okay, since nobody else wants to pay the mortgage and you're going to sell the house and I'm not going to either, then so be it, because that's the law. Unfortunately, that's the law. And the law, needs to be changed. California handwritten law is valid. And you know what? It's not what my dad wanted for either one of us. And you know what? It's just a goddamn shame. My brother knows he's wrong. He knows what my dad's last wishes were. It's a real shame. He's trying to save my home, trying to save my house. What kind of deal and arrangement he would accept. But I feel like he just can't admit that he's wrong. He can't accept the fact that he's wrong, that he's making a mistake. He can't listen to what the people are telling him to do. He's always got to be right up to the end. And my dad told me that there's something wrong with him. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't understand how sick I am. He doesn't understand the value of what my father created. And he left that for us. Sure, he died broke and penniless, and the house is mortgaged to the max, but that's a home that he built. That should be in our family. Aside from all the tremendous amount of sentimental memories, this is going to set us back, this loss, exponentially. And what a crying shame. Two brothers could be renting out a property, staying there for cheap, using it to make art and music. This nice piece of land, beautiful area. So out of touch with reality and so delusional. My father, I promised my mother and father I'd protect that house. Now the insanity and the injustice in this world is consuming the very legacy that my mother and father built as teachers and artists and parents. All to just spite me. Because he's angry, God. He's angry at me. Angry at the world. Everybody else's fault. Everybody else to blame. He's the victim. Paranoid, delusional, false sense of reality. Dear God, please save my home. Dear God, please save my home. I'm going to break it out. Please help find your way into my heart and touch. Help find your way, God, into my brother's heart and touch his heart and help him realize that we can save that house and use it to make money, that we can rent it out and have it as an income property. Allowing the house to be sold is not the solution. God, why can't he admit that he's wrong? Why can't he ever listen? It's like he's just blaming everybody else. He's the victim. Oh, he's the one being harassed. As if I don't know what else to do at this point other than just leave the keys there and just watch.